Boom! What's up, you guys? Here we are, Protector Nation. We're going to do some weapon familiarization. We're going to have a quick day on shotgun, right? Why not, all that stuff. I have with me the infamous Victor from Sierra Element. I think the first shotgun class I took was with you back in the day, man. And
yeah,
that was
about
awesome.
4 or 5 years ago.
Yeah, man.
Yeah,
so
you got
now,
your Benelli.
which she's right here.
Yeah, right.
You know, so I came back to the master of the game, just really to understand why you should consider a shotgun, where the limitations are, where the advantages are for home defense, for urban defense, all those things. So I can't wait to dig into this, man. And it's good to be back out here kicking it. Boom. All right, solid. So I guess what would you say for someone who knows nothing about firearms? We have kind of an assortment of different firearms here. What are the primary considerations when looking at a shotgun versus everything else? Where would you begin that conversation?
So shotguns, a lot of people use them for home defense.
Yeah.
And kind of what I explain to them is, first off, like shotguns across the board, you go from $300 to $3,000.
Yep.
So those are considerations. Like, are you willing to spend the money for, like, say, semi-auto shotgun or just a pump shotgun?
Right.
So that's the first consideration. Second consideration, are you the only person using it? So so you have a loved one in your house, they're going to be using the shotgun as well. Can they actually handle it? So that's another consideration.
So there's like there's a conversation around skill, strength. This is a heavier firearm.
Absolutely.
Can they manipulate the pumps and all the different mechanisms depending on what you're dealing with?
And then when you start putting on side saddles, there's more tack lights. So those are considerations. You definitely want to consider. And then like the type of property that you're gonna have, like what distance do you need for that shotgun? And like you need to consider like the shot patterns.
Right.
And it should be tested at each yard line, you know, according to the distances in your house, because obviously you're not really gonna engage per se, you know, someone in your driveway.
Right.
But if you're on your porch and they're coming towards you, maybe that's something you want to consider. So you're going to need to have a different type of round for that.
Is there
application.
I know a lot of guys talk about how like using a shotgun inside a house might be safer because maybe it doesn't go through drywall and things like that during certain rounds. Is that a real thing? Is that a myth?
No, that's a real thing. So ARs, you know, obviously
they're penetrating.
They're penetrating. You have more muzzle velocity, different type of round. Also, you have a larger shot pattern depending on what round you use. So the margin for error is a little bit greater. So you can, not have as much accuracy at closer distance.
Closer distances, almost, and less of. I mean, we saw that shooting. I don't remember where it was, but it was a law enforcement officer went up into like a department store. A little girl was changing in the back room, and he ended up neutralizing the threat that was in one of the aisles, but then there was over penetration.
Absolutely.
And so there's less of that if you're using certain rounds with an actual shotgun.
Yes. So like buckshot, birdshot. Beanbag is also an application you can have, less lethal.
Nice.
But slugs, they're going to travel some distance and they're going to have a lot of velocity behind them. So again, it's just depending on the round, really.
Okay, solid. And then the different rounds, which we're going to show you guys different rounds. We're going to show you guys distances. We're going to show you guys all that stuff. We're going to show you guys kind of the order of how to load, how to execute your shots with different weapon systems. We have a few here, so for the layman or for someone who's kind of new to this game, this is your standard AR, right? The infamous battle rifle. You're shooting with this. You're shooting these types of rounds. 5.56 or 2.23 with a lot more penetration, moving faster. You get more accuracy, more distance. But there's a place also for a shotgun where you're shooting something like, these are slugs, these are larger projectiles and moving at a slower velocity, and or you've got things like double aught here where you can see you've got like 9 projectiles, 9 mil projectiles here that you're gonna send in a group towards your target, and really it can be quite devastating.
Right.
In Iraq, there's instances where you're shooting at an enemy and at closer distances, it can be like ice picking someone, really.
Yeah, it'll go right through.
You know, and so you have to really, really, whereas with this, it's pretty much, they call it the showstopper for a reason.
Right.
Boom, it's finally here. Go to protectornation.com to join the Protector Nation community. Learn online and become part of our Protector Nation family. I look forward to seeing you guys there and for us all to join forces to make the world a safer place by helping good people to become more dangerous. I'll see you there, and until then, be peaceful but not harmless.